Right, that was the... that was the lady. A lot of the deaths... yeah. I have it. Hold on. What the hell? Is that coming out of the thing? Oh, they took crew with them to do this. He stuck his hand in there. It's like, oh, it's like a cursed treasure. And when he's done, that's burnt his hand off. That's why... oh, that was bone. It wasn't a prosthetic joint. I thought it was like something that, you know, like he had a fake arm. But it's not. It's, he's like burnt his hand off. That's her as well. She's been struck by this out of the boat. Like, I reckon she's fallen out of the boat and been struck, and they're being turned into the crab riders. This is, if we go down to the Formosans, this is Bunlan Lim, and she was electrocuted? Is that what we're going with? We'll go electrocuted? I mean, it's not really, but it's something, right? She was cursed. Where's the cursed? Cursed is not an option. Burned is possible? I don't know. She was like transformed into a crab rider. Where's that option? I'm gonna go with electrocuted for now. Although the burned though, because he gets his arm burned off. I think burned might be fair. But you know what? You can see the crab transformation happening. Exploded. Like she is torn in... like that thing is just like a plasma rifle straight through her. Yeah, I'm gonna go with burned. I like burned better. I wouldn't be surprised if that's not correct. We're changing him to be burned as well. And who's this? This is another one of the Formosans, but we don't know which one. Wait, we should. Why can't we identify this person? Killed by TV static, yeah. Okay. What's this guy?
You still breathing?
O'Hagan.
Nichols, sir, shoot them for God's sake!
Nichols and O'Hagan. Okay. Right. So she's bitten them. Is she biting her? I don't think she's actually biting her. He's getting pulled into the water. Are they fighting, or is he just sort of fallen? Oh, he's running to get away from her. Oh, when he they're after this. Right, when he opens it, it electrocutes the bad guys. But Miss Lim was like being cuddled by one of the bad guys. So it's gone through her to hit the crab rider, maybe? Man. Nichols and O'Hagan. Okay, I've got to check that in the book. Killed by dying, confirmed. Nichols. Okay. The second mate. Alright, I'm guessing there's no other Nichols in here. There's Nicholas, but you wouldn't call him Nichols, and he's a topman anyway, so he'd be up on the ropes. And we know that it was one of the mates in the photo. Is here. I think is he this one? He's the one that comes back. The cowardice second mate. Okay, we can identify him. That's Nichols. Who is the second mate. Which means we can identify the fourth mate. As John Davies. All right. He has a... Is he holding a spear, or has he got a spear through his head? Where are we? We're at the calling here. That's not him, though. I guess we'll get to that guy soon. I don't know about this burned anymore. O'Hagan. You still breathing? Can you row? One of the guys is O'Hagan, but it could be one of those two or this one. No, it's not that one. He's not O'Hagan. So it's one of these two is O'Hagan. Could be that one. Could be that one. I'm pretty sure the Oriental gentleman's not O'Hagan.
Keep rowing!
They are here.
Where is it?
Bang
Something
the
there.
chest.
Give us a weapon! Shoot! Mike and I! Pick up the oars and row, you fools!
Okay. So, one of the Formosans' name is Beng. And we know one of the Formosans is still on the Obra Dinn. So that one's definitely not Beng. Oh, he's been tied up. And there is a spear through him. Has he been accidentally speared? Or is that a crab rider? That's a crab rider coming up through the... So these are crab riders, possibly, and she's speared him. It's just a seaman. Oh, I want to keep going. Okay. Beng has to be in the boat with the chest? Maybe. I think that's a fair assumption. But it could be one of the guys in the boat without the chest talking to the other guy in the boat without the chest. But it definitely wouldn't be the guy in the boat with the chest calling to someone else. Unless they're both in the chest. Yeah, so that's... Yeah, he could be being called to open it. So how did he end? How did this guy actually end up dying? Was he stabbed? So this guy got spiked by a beast. Is this the one we're after? This is the one we're after. Because she's thrown that. I don't know if these are being called beasts or enemies. Oh, it's spiked. So spiked is the only option. Or she? No, the she is Lim. Miss Lim. Oh, the merfolk, sorry. I mean, yeah. No, I think we've got to take the base assumptions. So if he's saying bang the chest, the problem is, why is he calling out to someone that's tied up? And why is he tied up? And if there is... And there's also that gentleman's sort of got slight oriental features, so he could be calling out to him. But I think Beng was one of the names of the Formosans anyway. It Beng Sia, so that could be the Beng they're referring to. But if we have a look at... Is there anyone... The Chinese, they're all topmen anyway. We'd have to get down to the seamen. There's no Beng in the seamen. Where is the... We just need to... I'm pretty sure this is that guy that's Beng, but... Yeah, he's a seaman. Don't know his role. We know she's Miss Lim. Wasn't there another form? I thought there was two Formosans out here. Two male Formosans. I didn't realize it was... Because there's one on the ship that shoots them. Alright, so this one's Bang. We're calling him Bang. We're going with Burned. So which one's O'Hagan? One of the rowers. I'll have to do that one. I'm not 100% sure on that one. Oh, there's one there as well. And you've also been spiked or speared by a beast.
Packed enough stores?
Aye, sir. Checked and loaded them myself.
Good. Stay quiet
Irish?
and alert. If the wind picks up, we've no chance against the Obra Dinn.
Let's chase them.
你穩咗冇？
我冇問題，但是伊嚟想啊，絕對袂當互伊落去水底。
那是遐個怪物出現，你絕對賣起來。
Aye, shut it up.
They say strange things about monsters.
Yeah, he can translate. So why have they... They're both tied up? And they're trying to escape the Obra Dinn people? But he got speared good by the beast. Oh, he didn't go back. So Cowardice's second mate, who's decided to take some money and supplies and leave, he didn't go back to turn in treasure. He went back because they were all dead and the Obra Dinn caught him. Yeah, it looks like you open the chest and it's killing those guys. I agree. Unfortunately, Miss Lim was being sort of held on the front of one of those merfolk crab rider things, and the spell has gone through and killed her as well. All right, he got spiked by a terrible beast. But I don't... he could translate, so I don't think there's any other Formosans on the ship. That work on the ship. And he's not I don't think he's a topman. That could be an interesting one. So he's seaman. No, that's not O'Hagan, but yeah, there's definitely one Formosan that's... Well, look, I thought there was 3 Formosans on the ship out here, but there's only 2. That's why we named that one. But one of the Formosans, yeah, is back on the ship and shoots the second mate. This is very cool. So where did the chest come from? And why was he saying protect the shell? Unless the 2 Formosan guards are also crab riders. Or mer people or whatever they are. We'll find them later. Wow, this is getting very good. Alright, so if we... Is there anything on the map that's going to help us here? No. Wow, look at the... It's getting very documented. Okay, there's nothing there. Okay, we covered the loose cargo. Then there was the bit of cold. They got sick. Then there was a murder outside the first mate's window. Seems like a... Okay, we have all of the calling. We completed the Unholy Cat. Well, we haven't filled it out, but we've got the chapter. We've done Soldiers at Sea. covered the doom. So the bargain, which we don't get to see until we give the book back to Henry Evans, which is part of in the lazarette. We might have to just sneak in there. Now, we did notice yesterday that there was like an open hatch into the lazarette. Yeah, the guy who brought us on board, got woken up to do it. All right, so we're gonna go out. We're gonna go find the murder one, which is outside the first mate's window. Which is at the other end of the ship, or down one. Down one. Up this end, maybe. Or maybe the first mate was upstairs one. Oh, the hatch goes into the water, does it? Oh, I didn't realize that. Alright. Because we did see an open hatch in there. Okay, so we need to be on the gun deck, which is up, and it's at the back, the stern of the ship. So we'll go up to the gun deck. Okay, so that's the first mate's room there. So there was a murder outside his window. Oh, we tried to see it from outside, that's why we couldn't.
On your toes.
We best push off.
搞笨佢
Here.
，Captain，
Slack the lifts and lower the boats. The whole crew will be on us.
Give it up.
Oh, I see. This is where they're kidnapping the Formosans. That's the Alright, so that's the dude. Oh, that's where the other Formosan is. Oh. That's why we could never find the other Formosan. He got stabbed in the leg. There's a lot of deaths in this section. That's the hangman, whatever his job is. That's Miss Lim. She's been kidnapped by the second mate. And that's one of the guys that also goes on the ship. Why are they kidnapping the Formosans? Hey Balthmas, how you doing? Alright, well he was shot. I'm pretty sure that's the guy we see in his shot. We'll have a look around before we... Can we get down here? He's shot by... That's the first... That's the second mate. We don't know who he is though. Man, I'm having a blast. It's amazing. Okay, so he was definitely shot. That was kind of obvious. With a gun. By the second mate, Edward Nichols. But we don't have a name for him. She's trying to call out to the captain, maybe. So this is the other Formosan. He was shot actually by a firing squad. I'm so glad we got around to playing this. Bump bump.
Hok Seng Lao,
Oh, it's amazing.
you have been found guilty by self-confession of the murder of Nunzio Pasquale.
等下嘞，伊把账交代起。
Quiet.
As captain of this ship,
Self-confession.
and by the authority of the East India Company, and thus the Crown of England, I sentence you to death by firing line.
你救，我给你救。
Mr. Wolf, when you are ready.
Right, sir. Ready, men. Aim. Fire.
Hey, Zegas. Okay. So that's Mr. Wolf. We can name him. Which is what, like the gunner. That's 3 more. Good. Okay. It's all the noises are jarring, and I think it's done deliberately. There's a lot of things that are the way the game is made to sort of throw you off, and I think that's why there's no specific volume controls for music and other sounds. Is like there's almost like that magic, the art of misdirection with some things. Alright, so we don't know what his name is. And I don't want to guess which one of them. So I might use the the book. Oh, we can't because we don't know which one he is. He's one of the Formosans. And there'll probably be a clue to one of the names of the other ones somewhere else. Did the captain say his name? Oh, we'll see that in a second.